Hey guys, my name is Scoby. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create this outline effect in Adobe Photoshop. This is going to be a nice, quick and easy tutorial. I'm going to be showing you step by step how to do everything. Let's jump right into this. So the first thing you need to do is open up Photoshop and have an image loaded into it. What we're going to be doing is selecting a subject or object, in this case that you want to add an outline effect to. In this case I'm going to be choosing the woman on screen. To do this, what we're going to be doing is coming to our tools panel on the left. We're going to be looking for the selection tool, which should be under the magic wand also, or the keyboard shortcut W, and we're going to be choosing the quick selection tool. In this case, what we're going to be doing is zooming in on our person. We can do this by holding the Alt button and scrolling inwards. And what we're going to be doing is using our selection tool and just dragging and highlighting over our subject, which is going to create these dotted lines that are going to determine where we've actually selected. So all we need to do is drag around with holding the left click and select all of our person. Now while doing this, you may accidentally select an area where you don't want to. In this case, I'm going to be doing this just outside the pink area here. And as you can see, what we have is just an area outside that we don't actually want in our selection. To remove this, what you can do is hold the Alt tool, and you'll notice that your plus in the center of your circle changes to a minus. What we can do is left click and hold over the area where we want to remove, and we can just scroll over this in Photoshop to remove it. Now I should mention, if you are on the latest version of Photoshop, you will have this option called Select Subject. What I'm going to be doing is zooming out right here. And what we can do is click the Select Subject button, and Photoshop is going to automatically select what they think the main focus of the image is. If I click Select Subject, Photoshop is going to want us to deselect our current selection, and then they're going to automatically select the object. In this case, they actually do a surprisingly good job. You can see that they have most of it selected. The only issue I see is this small selection down here. So what I'm going to be doing is zooming in, holding the Alt button until the minus appears in our circle, and then just removing this pink part that I want to remove, and Photoshop should remove it. Once you've selected your whole person, either using the first method I've shown or using the Select Subject option, what we're going to be doing is coming up to the top of our Photoshop, and we're going to be clicking Select and Mask, which is going to open up the Select and Mask field, and we're going to have a bunch of options on the left that we can click on and adjust to make our effect a little smoother. So what we're going to be doing is just zooming in on our image a little bit, and we can see right here that some of the edges are a little bit rough. And what we're going to be doing is using some of our settings on the side to smoothen this out. So what we're going to be doing is increasing the smooth effect here on our image, and the edges are going to soften a little bit. We're also going to add a small little piece of a feather, which is also going to help soften the edges. What I'd recommend doing is just playing around with this until you get a nice appropriate effect that you feel works well for your image. In this case, I think this works pretty well here. Once you're happy with all of your effects, what we're going to be doing is coming down to the bottom right. We're going to be clicking on the output settings, and we're going to change our output to, and we're going to select a new layer. So what this is going to do is select all of the changes we just selected to a new layer, so we can still edit our previous layer and do some more effects to our image. What we're going to be doing is clicking OK, and then if we zoom out and fit our image to the screen, what we'll notice on our layers panel on the bottom right is we have two layers. Layer 1 copy, which is just the person on top, and then the background layer, which still has the person here, but it also has all the background image that we had before. So what I'm going to be doing is enabling our person layer that we just set up, and what we're going to be doing is adding the outline effect to this. So to do this, what we're going to be doing is coming to our layers panel on the bottom right, and we're going to be going to the far right of our object. We're going to be double clicking on this, which is going to open up the layer style options. And here what we're going to be doing is adding a stroke to our image. Now what we can do is click and enable our stroke, and then we should see our stroke settings. We're going to be increasing our size a little bit. We'll also have the option to choose the position inside, outside, or center. In this case, I'd recommend outside. We can choose a blending mode if you wish, and you can also choose the opacity. In this case, I'm going to be leaving it to 100%. And then we can also choose the fill type and the color. In the fill type options, we have the option for color, gradient, or pattern. In this case, I want just a solid black color. And as you can see, it works really, really well. And just like that, you've added your outline effect to an image. What I'd recommend doing from this point is simply clicking OK, and then we can preview our stroke. Now from this point, if you still notice some jagged edges on your screen, you can really easily remove this. We can simply zoom in by holding Alt and scrolling in like I mentioned before. We can open up our eraser tool, and what I recommend doing is setting a soft edge and picking a size that's not too big or not too little, and we can soften out some points to make our stroke look a bit more smooth. So if you notice any really harsh points on your stroke, what you can do is smoothen these points out to make it look exactly how you wish it to look like, and then we can really define this and make our effect look really well. Now one thing that's also popular on YouTube and thumbnails right now is adding a double layer stroke where you'll see a black and white layer to every image. I'm going to be showing you how to adjust this now with the stroke layer also. What we're going to be doing is adding another stroke. As you can see, there's multiple stroke options here. If you want to add another one, we can simply click the plus button and another stroke will be added. In this case, what we're going to be doing is affecting this stroke independently of our previous one. So what I'm going to be doing is increasing the size on the second stroke a little bit, but I'm going to be changing the color to white. Now what's this going to do is overlay and make a double stroke effect so we can create this nice cool effect. Now what I would recommend doing is making these strokes even. So I would look at the first stroke that you have, in this case it's 24, and what I'd recommend doing is doubling this size, which in this case would be 48, and then we can create a nice even stroke effect so they're perfectly even, and it just adds a little bit more oomph to this. Now of course you can play around with the colors, you can do a bunch of different things with your strokes, and like I said, if you use the blur effect on a background, you can really enhance your image and make it look really, really good. Anyway guys, it's as easy as that to create an outline effect in Photoshop. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to drop a like. Subscribe if you're new, check out the other videos on the channel. Until next time guys, as always, keep it saucy. Peace.